responding to a crisis that, is good or not so good? Out of
Sure.
curiosity.
Well, generally the problems occur when you do one of two things, and these are pretty prevalent, that you either jump to make a statement immediately without all the facts,
Okay.
without everything in a row, or you just go into hiding. Either one is definitely going to just exponentially increase the situation that you face. So you want to respond quickly, and if you don't have a statement yet, just, we're aware, thank you. I'll make certain you are one of the first to know how this comes out. We're going to be back so quickly, and give a time frame for when you can be back, and make certain people know that's because I must make certain we are giving you the right information.
Yeah, and I love what you're doing with the coaching, because practice helps people get out of that fight or flight instinct.
Sure.
Or some sort of, drilling, right?
Yes.
And it gets them to think and to be able to do things almost automatically.
Yes.
And when we can get into that automated thing with exercise, you mentioned kind of that muscle memory.
Yes.
But we can get that on the communication side in a crisis. That's way better usually than just whatever's at the top of your head.
Well, and another thing that's really beneficial, and we've used this time and time again, is when you make a company statement, make it once and in writing. Put it up on whatever platform, Facebook, LinkedIn, or all three simultaneously, but one consistent statement. So all the world has been given the same information at the same time. If you say that out loud or on a phone call or just, from a microphone, you'll be plied with follow-up questions that you may or may not be able to handle.
That's such a good point, because I know in sales, because I have a lot of sales training from my background in brokerage, insurance brokerage. And it was always really important for us to reinforce what the most important kind of decision points were throughout the meeting, because what we found is at the end of the meeting, the client would attach to those and they'd become their ideas.
Yes.
And in a similar way, I see that with what you're talking about. If all the people involved in the company, whether it's talking to clients or employees or the press, they all have a similar message. You start training them that this is the message.
And they could share what is posted. And that's how we invite and instruct people to get involved, is whatever the company has publicly posted, please share it with our blessing freely. And then you can be very certain you're not going to be misunderstood. You're not going to be taking it off track in any way, that's appropriate if you help guide people to what the company has published.
Yes.
Or if they've said, we've published this statement, we're going to post an update on when, let that be known. That's the most helpful thing that you can do. You can imagine if a reporter's standing there and saying, you just had an accident on site, what happened? Well, oh my gosh, you're describing all of this. That introduces all kinds of new fears.
Yeah. Are they prepared? Do they have a plan? Yeah, all that stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.